All right, now let's look at how we can actually create Facebook adverts that will convert. All right, because it's not enough to just create advert. You want adverts that will actually work. And recently people have been complaining, people say their ads have not been working and stuff like that. So there's been a drop in ad performances, and it would appear as if this is the point where the iOS update, the iOS 14.5 that we actually talked a lot about last year, it appears as if this is the time when it's actually taking effect, because again a lot of persons are complaining that their ads, there's been a huge drop in the performances and all of that. So in this video I want to show you how you can create your advert and actually make it work. Some of the things that you need to have in place. All right, some of the things that you need to fix that will keep your adverts working even in these times. So first, this is the ads manager. This is where we create our adverts from, and if you've not been creating adverts from this place, you've been making a lot of mistakes, especially for those persons who like to just go to their app and then just create adverts. A lot of that is not going to be very effective these days. So if you've been doing it, you must have seen what I'm talking about. You must have noticed that the results have not been great. All right, so now let's come here. This is the ads manager and we want to create an advert. So the first step here is to make sure that you pick the right objective. It doesn't matter if you are using the new interface or this interface or this old one. This is like the old interface for Facebook advertising. So if you already have the new interface, it's the same thing. Just look for the main objective that you want to use. All right, let's say if you want to make sales, this is where you should focus on. But even if you are going to use conversion, you need to understand that conversion is not just a campaign type that you just run. All right, a conversion means that you need to have some things in place. You need to have a proper setup, like you need to have a pixel, a website, event setup, and all of those kind of things. So if you do not have all of that set up, it might not really work out fine for you. All right, so if you have it all set up, this should be your primary aim. You should go for conversion. And if you have different marketing goals, all right, you do not need to use conversions. Let's say you want to create an awareness, you want to draw traffic. Running conversion campaigns is just a waste of your money. It's just a waste of your money because it's expensive. So if you are going to use a conversion campaign, you should know why you want to use it. So I'm just going to use it in this video because we are talking about sales. All right, if you do not have a website, if you do not have a pixel, if you do not have stuff like that will make your conversion campaign perform better, you should use messages. Use messages to get people to send you messages, either to WhatsApp, to DM, to messengers, and all of that. All right, so I'm going to use conversion because I have a website and I have all the requirements. I have them all sorted. All right, so I'm just going to select conversion. So it's important at this stage to pick the very objective that suits what you need. Don't come and say you want to sell and then you come and choose brand awareness and stuff like that. No, you have to be precise. All right, you have to be precise and do things the right way. So we click continue. And then we come here. We basically don't have a lot of things to do here. Again, if you are starting, you should turn this off. If you have proper experience, then you can decide to use that. So now let's go to the next phase. All right, this is the ad sets level, and you can name your ad set. Always name your ad set so you have a clear understanding of what you are doing. And then since we already have a website, we need to select website. So if you run a conversion campaign, these are some of the things that you can set up. All right, you can send to Messenger, you can send to WhatsApp and all of that, but I generally recommend that you send to website because we need to track events. All right, that's why we have our pixel installed. we need to track our events. So if you do not have a website, it's not recommended to come and be running a conversion campaign. Or if you do not have anything that's going to make it easy for you to keep track of your own record, keep your own data, do not use this. All right, do not use this. So you can go and use other cheaper options that will give you great result. So when you come down here, you see that we have a pixel here. We have a pixel, so you need to have a pixel. You select the pixel, and then you come here, you choose the event that is most important to you. All right, of course you must have had all these events set up on the website that you want to use as your landing page or as your sales page. So you select the one that is important to you. So we want to make sales, so we are just going to select purchase. So we want Facebook to be sure of what we want. We don't want any guesswork this time, because things are getting slightly trickier. All right, so you come here, you select your budget. So I'm just going to leave this budget at this, but you can set whatever you feel is comfortable for you. However, you need to understand that when we talk about PPC, pay-per-clicks, we talk about all this kind of advertising, it is the person who pays more that will get more results. All right, so don't come and be paying 500 and be expecting magic. All right, this is a big business. Don't come and be paying 500 and be expecting magic. All right, so now we come down here where we have our audience. We have our audience, and we want to do our targeting. All right, we want to do our targeting. So we come down here. All right, we click edit. Select the locations that you want. Don't keep this advert running everywhere. All right, make sure, be precise with this. All right, it's important to be precise at this point. So we want to select people who live in this location. I'm assuming that we are selling a physical product with this advert. All right, so if you are not selling a physical product, you can leave it to this, since you don't really care where your customers will come from. But we are selling a physical product, and we are factoring in a lot of things like logistics and stuff like that. So we want people who live in that location. We don't want people who have been in that location recently or left not so long ago. We want people who live there. So here we want to select precise locations. If you think your customers are in a particular state, target the state instead. Don't keep it as broad as don't scatter it. If your audience are not there, put where you think your target audience is. All right, so I'm just going to select Lagos and Abuja for this. All right, because this is like the two should I say biggest states or places in the country. All right, so we want to keep this at 0. We don't want it to spill outside of Abuja. We don't want it to be going to Nasarawa and the rest. We want it to be in Abuja. Now we'll come down here where we select our age, the age range. Again, we want to be precise with this. So we think that people from 25 years to people who are let's say 50, we think these are the perfect audience for us. All right, so now we want to select genders. If you think your product is better suited to men, you select men. If you think it's just women, you select women. All right, if you think it's for both of them, or if it is for both of them, you select all. Then we come down here where we have our detailed targeting. So Facebook makes it possible for you to target people through their demographics. This can mean where they work, where they are, stuff like that. And then we can target people through their interests and then their behaviors. Now, this is the time that you need to be creative. If you sell a product and you understand your product, then you will understand the people, the audience who are going to be interested in this product. Let's say I sell t-shirts. I know that I can actually get other persons who are interested in other things but would still be interested in t-shirts. This means I do not want to be competing directly with my competitors. Let's say if people, let's say if people are targeting people who like t-shirts, and they come here and then they type, let's just say t-shirts, so this is a time to be creative actually. T-shirts. So let's say we want to target t-shirts as an interest. This is like the generic thing that people will do, which is not even bad though. But now we equally know that there are people who are actually interested in t-shirt that doesn't have to fall in here. All right, because when we do interest targeting, Facebook, let me show you. Facebook from the description says people who have expressed an interest in or like pages related to t-shirts. All right, but now let's say we want to target people who like football, because of course they are equally guys and they would like t-shirts too. All right, and they would like t-shirts too. You see that we are drawing ourselves away from competing with these guys. You see that we are drawing ourselves away from competing with these people, and we can equally still meet and find high qualified buyers. All right, so when we come to football, we can now click suggestions, and then we can see other aspects. Right, these are still people with similar interests. See, all these things are related to football, sports, Premier League, and all of that. So we are targeting people who have interest in this. So let me give you a very clear example. So if you see down here, you can see that now when we talk football, we talk about physical fitness, and you equally notice that physical fitness is already a niche or a targeting on its own. But as you can see here, it's here as a part of suggestions, because most people who are interested in these things, they are equally interested in this, even though physical fitness is not a sport. All right, you can see that is here. You can see that physical exercise is here. So you have to be smart about targeting at this point in time. So I'm just going to keep it at just one. All right, I just want to leave it at just this one. All right, now let's go down again. So you can define if you want to. All right, but since you are starting new, don't define, just leave it broad, and then you can go later. Now we come down here where we have our placement. This is important. All right, don't go and spread your ads across every platform, because when you do this, what Facebook is going to do is that they are going to place your advert where they think is cheaper for you. But that's not even what you need at this moment. You just need to make sales. So you have to decide where you want this advert to be. So you come here and you select manual placement, and you uncheck these places, because most times these places, they are not especially these let's say this audience network. If you come down to the audience network, you notice where they are, where you have something like in articles, search, and stuff like that. People don't go to Facebook and search for things. Facebook is a social media platform, so it's an engagement platform. So once we remove all of this, we don't want people don't go to their messengers expecting to see ads. These are my opinions. All right, so you can do whatever you think is perfect for you or suitable for you. And again, you have to test things out so you see what works before you scale. All right, so we want to keep this advert on just one platform. For best practices, don't put one advert across multiple platforms, so that you know what is working and what is not working. So if you want to run this advert on both Facebook and Instagram, what you have to do is to duplicate the ad set, put one on Facebook and the other one on Instagram, so that they can be different and you can have a clear idea of what's working and what's not working. So I'm just going to keep that one on just Facebook, and I'm going to equally uncheck where we don't think will work for us. For instance, most persons don't view their Facebook profiles on their computer. Facebook, I don't think, is very, very exciting on a computer. So we come here, we uncheck the right column, we uncheck video feeds, and we uncheck the marketplace. All right, so we want this to just be on Facebook feed. Now if you want this thing to go to the Facebook stories, make sure that you have a creative like this one here that will fit in. So if you have a regular 1080 by 1080 video or picture, don't allow it run here, although they are going to give you the error. But you should, if you want it to run on Instagram, on Facebook stories, or even Facebook Reels, all right, you create the creatives that will fit. Don't use one creative and try to make it fit into different places. The experience will not be great, and most people can easily tell when you've done a rash job. So this stage, we have to be organized. We have to appear as though we know what we are doing, because most times business is completely psychological. All right, so you have to be smart about this. We only want this advert on just one platform, which is the Facebook and the Facebook news feed. All right, so you have to do a lot of job here. You have to focus a lot here. All right, so you can come down here and here is it. Want to look at the devices. You can equally do connection, but don't do connections for now, or languages. You can ignore all of that for now. So want to look for devices, so that we can, here you see where it says specific mobile devices or operating systems. All right, so you can come here and then say if you want this to be shown to only Android device users, you pick this, or if you want it to be on both iOS, you can equally pick just this, but you can leave it to both, leave it to any device at all. What we actually wanted to do was to make sure that our advert was showing to just people who are using mobile phones and not computers. All right, because most persons will view their Facebook from their smartphones. All right, so now let's go to the next phase. Which is the ad level. So you select the page that you want to run this advert to or through to. So let me select one page here. So I select this page. Of course, you know that your page has to be equally optimized. All right, so we are not running this advert to Instagram, so we don't have any problem with this. So you come down here where it says you decide if you want to create the advert or if you want to use an existing post. All right, so you can use a post you already have on your page, but want to create this advert, and then want to use either a single video or a single image. Now pay attention, your creative, it has to be very, very good at this point. All right, it has to blend in. You have to make people engage with your ad, because the way Facebook works is that if people are not engaging with your ads, a lot of persons will not be seeing it. But if people are engaging with your ad, interacting with your ads, if your ads are doing extremely well generally with people, then Facebook will continuously show these ads to even more persons. All right, so that means your ads are doing well, and your ad spend will become cheaper because it's easy for Facebook to do this job at this point. So you can select the media you want to use. So let me just use an image for this. Let me just use an image for this video, and then I'm just going to select this one. I like to select this one because I want you to be seeing my face so you don't forget me. So we use this one. You can use whatever you want, don't use my picture. All right, so let's put this is our primary test. This is where a lot of persons make a lot of mistakes. Now, the wordings you use for your primary test on Facebook is extremely important, but people don't know this. All right, and the words you write, they are equally an offer. So when we say you should create offers to persons, to people, to your buyers, you should know that the things you write, the first things, these are the first things that these people will see. So you are making offers from this moment. So if you understand your product, you need to know what you tell your customers that will make them pay attention to you. So this is where you put it. This is actually important. So you are going to write something that will that will catch these people, catch their attention. All right, so don't just go and write whatever you like and put block of text that are very difficult for people to read. No, you have to keep it simple, exciting, and intriguing, so you pick their attention and they want to find out more. The same thing with your headline. You can be creative about this. Sadly, I cannot give you a pinpoint example because I don't know what you sell. All right, so let's say fast delivery. All right, fast delivery or offer available for only today. But you have to find a way to write things that will actually attract people. All right, so if you come down here, you select your learn more, your call to action button. So I'm just going to use shop now for this. So now this is where you put your website or your sales page. So I'm just going to put my website here, goodnoel.com. So on your sales page, you must have created it in a way that it will equally be easy for people to understand what you are selling them. Don't go and be writing long unnecessary things. Try to write what people will easily understand. All right, so once you have all this sorted out, you can now publish your advert. So this is how your advert is going to appear, and then once you click publish, your ads will go to review, and they will review your ads and then publish your adverts. And if you've done everything rightly, you should equally be patient, because this is not magic. People have to see your adverts. People have to decide if they need what you are selling before they decide if they want to pay. Because Facebook shows people your advert, or because Facebook thinks that these people will buy, does not mean that they will instantly buy. So you have to be patient with the process. You have to be cool and calm and try different things. You have to try different creatives, get what works, and then you can scale what works. So this is how you have to start improving your advert from now. I hope you like this video. I hope this video helps you greatly. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. My name is Goodnoel, and that'll be all for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.